Well, welcome back to Elk Mountain. We're here at the very 1st of May, heading back down to the farm from the dealership. Now, they had a tedder on sale, so I went ahead and bought it. They're going to hold it there for me till I can get down there and pick it up. I also swung by the sheriff's office and I checked on the status of the search for my truck or any information about who or what may have attacked me up there in the mountain. They still have no information on either of those issues. So, yesterday afternoon, I was feeling really good. After selling the gold, making a little profit, having a little money in my pocket, went ahead and started working on this fence. Got a lot of it taken down. You see there's the property marker there. I actually had to take down this entire section to get to a good post here, but we'll fix that up later on. We'll hop into the car here and drive on down. I was able to get the fence taken down all the way to the cattle gap. So a lot of progress using the little skid steer, just knocking it out and taking it off. So you see there, all of the fence is down. I do need to work on getting some of those bushes out of here before we get ready to put up the new fence. Well, if we put up a new fence. You see here, all the way down to the cattle gap, I have the fence taken up. Old fencing, it is not in good shape, so we wanted to get it down. You see the grass has sprouted, so that looks really good. The corn has grown some. Something else I did yesterday afternoon was went ahead and hopped on the tractor and hooked up the cultivator and cultivated this field. Now you see the weeds have popped back in there, but those will be easily taken out. But that field is now cultivated. It's partially fertilized, and so it is ready to go. But I have a problem. I got a phone call from CJ. You remember that was the realtor who was working with me to purchase the property here, and he has run into a situation which he didn't think I was going to be very happy about, which he was right. Going back through some paperwork, they were trying to finalize the file there on the purchase, and they missed something. They forgot to inform me that that field we just looked at, the one that was cultivated, actually had a lease on it. A lease for a crop to be grown for the Elk Mountain Ranch. So the terms of the agreement is that I guess the previous owner of this property would plant the crop, harvest the crop, and deliver the crop to their location of choice at current market values. Now that had to be done immediately after the crop was ready. So it's just as soon as it turns ready, they want it, and I have to deliver. Unfortunately, the terms of the contract were non-negotiable, and it was a legally binding contract. I do feel like that the realtor should be held liable to some degree, but I don't know what they could do. So I will get paid. It may not be that much, depending on the prices at the time of selling, but I'm going to have to go plant it. I wasn't really even planning on planting that field this year, but it looks like I'm going to have to do it. The problem is, too, they need to have barley planted. That is the contract crop. So that brings up another situation for me that I'll have to deal with, is getting two different headers for the combine. I had planned on only going with a corn header at this time, but now it looks like I'm going to have to get a header that can harvest the grain crops. So another added expense that I'll have to come up with some money. Hopefully the hayfield pays off. So I have this seeder already loaded up with seed and fertilizer. And so we're going to head on back there. Now that field is pretty large, so it is going to take a while to get that done. I imagine I'm going to have to purchase some more seeds and fertilizer in order to finish it up. I do have a little bit of seed left. And, oh, you know, I have some fertilizer over at the feed store. That fertilizer that Cliff had taken out of the truck for me a while back. So we may have enough there to get the field done. But I think for sure I'll need some more seeds. So we're going to work on this today and try and get this field planted. Luckily, this tractor pulls the seeder along pretty good. Still struggling just a bit with the cultivator. But I think it's just this tractor is just a little bit underrated in horsepower for it. So that is something else I do need to think about doing. I'm starting this farm out with a limited budget, but I can see here in the very near future I'm going to need some more horsepower. Well, it is coming down with cats and dogs. I am getting soaking wet here on this tractor. Headed back down from the shop after finishing up the field. Got the seeding done. Went ahead and pulled the roller over the field. And so that is all complete. And so I headed up to the shop, pick up this tedder. And while I was up there, I had one of the service techs take a look at the tractor. I just explained to him that it didn't seem to be pulling like it should. I figured it should be pulling a little bit better. And so he took a look at it, and lo and behold, the oil in the rear end was shot. And so they changed that out, and it is running like a champ now. So I'm very pleased with that, getting that fixed. So hopefully that tractor will perform just a little bit better for me, especially when pulling that cultivator. I did seem to struggle a bit with the cultivator. I think it'll be all fine now. So as you can see, it's raining. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. No sense in staying out in it and getting soaking wet. So I'm going to take a little rest here and then get back to it first thing in the morning. Well, what a gorgeous day this has turned out to be. And got that rain moved out of here. Skies cleared out. Absolutely gorgeous. Just went down to Tractor Supply and bought a pressure washer. Noticed that all of my equipment was getting pretty dirty, and so wanted to make sure we're taking care of it. So got it hooked up here. We're going to get some things cleaned up here today. Hopefully try and take care of some things and help them hold their value a little bit better. Good thing about having this here now is we can work on this as we get things dirty instead of having to wait till it is all gunked up. Try and do a little bit better job. Some preventative maintenance here. And try and keep it clean. Paint is wearing out on that thing there. Ooh, it's getting worn out. So what I'm going to do now is crops are doing good. They are just growing. Weeds are taken care of. Fertilizer is good, but we still have a lot more fence here that I need to get taken down. So I'm going to run on around here and jump in the skid steer. We're going to roll out there to the road. Try and get some more of that fencing down. I'm hoping I can get the rest of it taken down today. And that way we can start looking into some new fencing here in the near future. But this works out pretty good. I can just take the bucket up to the fence and just knock it out of there and get it out of the way. I am going to check with the sheriff again today just to stay on them and try and keep them looking for my truck. I still don't know anything at this point. Really would like to know something. Insurance has contacted me about it. They're trying to handle the claim and I can't give them any information. So they are unable to give me any kind of payout at this point. So here we are at the end of the fence line. We're going to start here and then work our way back down that way. Hopefully get all the way to the cattle gap and get this old fencing, old barbed wire fencing out of here. Well, as you can see here, the fence is gone. I got it all taken down. All that's left is the cattle gap down there at the driveway. Not sure if we're going to keep that either. May get rid of that. I have to dig that out and backfill in where the hole is there in the ground. But we may get rid of it. I'm not real sure. But as I look at this, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking about actually moving the driveway a little bit. Maybe bring it in over here somewhere. Maybe down this way, straighten it out a bit, and then come out this way to the road. At least with the main driveway. And then maybe have another one down that way. And then that gives me some option here to use this area for something else if I wanted to. Maybe a shed or a garden or whatever. So, I don't know. I got some ideas here. The whole point of this purchase here is to renovate it, make it look a little nicer. We do need to get these bushes out of here and clean it up a bit. So, maybe onto something here. May have a little different look eventually. So that was good to get done. Glad to get the fence out and have that out of the way. So more to come. We are just going to hang out and kind of wait for some crops to grow. If I can pick up some work, maybe I'll do that. And then hopefully we'll hear back from the sheriff really soon. Would like to get the insurance issue settled up on that truck if in fact we can't recover it. Oh, was that my phone's ringing? Hold on a second. Oh, it's the sheriff. Yes sir, Mr. Sheriff. You have found my truck. And it was not stolen. Oh, okay. Wow. Whoa. Okay. Can you tell me where you found it? Yes, sir. Okay. I think I know exactly where that is. Okay. Yes, sir. I will head up that way right now and take a look at it. I do appreciate your time and effort, sir. All right, y'all have a nice day. Well, guess what, folks? My truck has been found. And it is not where I thought. The sheriff said it was not stolen. Kind of won't believe where it ended up. So let me run in, tell the wife, and let her know that I'm going to head down and check it out. And we're going to hop in the old car there and go see what we got. Well, I want to make sure I park on a flat surface here. The reason is the sheriff said my truck has rolled down the hill. He said walk down to the river from where I'd parked the truck. So we're going to walk down here. He said take a look in the water. There it is. So it turns out the truck was not stolen after all. Looks like the brakes failed and it just ran down the hill here. To laugh, it is not funny because I'm out of a truck. But it has gone down into the river. Has been sitting in the river ever since. So obviously, this truck is going to be a total loss. Unfortunately, I do need to pay somebody to come tow this thing out of here. Hopefully the insurance will help cover some of that. But I'm not sure. I'm going to run up to that service station that is out there on the other side of town. We're going to see if he can't help us out. From what I understand, he has a little record that he can use. I don't know if he's going to be pulling up this hill here. This is quite the incline, but we'll see if we can get it out of there. But the mystery is solved. The truck was there all the time. Just not quite where I left it. So that is bad news. Very unfortunate. At least I got this old car here to get me around. And I'm gonna run down here and turn around. Still curious as to what attacked me up there on the top of the mountain. Still no information. The mystery of that incident is still to be solved. So anyhow, we need to look for another truck, it appears. That one is not coming back to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give me a like. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. As always, I thank you for watching, and I hope each of you have a very blessed day.